Maybe you can share your returns or maybe some return scams you may have encountered. Hey YouTube, my name's Rob, Chesapeake Picker here. Welcome to the channel. I'm hoping this is one of the last videos that I have that's going to be coming to you from my living room or my garage. My shed, I was informed yesterday, is ready and I should be expecting a call for delivery soon. Once I do have that, I am going to be making some videos, show you guys my progress on getting my reseller space set up. And I can't wait because I'm sick of having stuff just everywhere. This is the most disorganized of the bunch where I'm sitting right now, but it is a taste of what kind of things I got going on. I know my wife cannot wait. I got several things that have went out. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at that, and then I'm gonna answer some viewer questions. So the first thing I got up here is this Emerald. It's a 5-in-1 cast iron smoker, roaster, grill. This thing is pretty cool. I found this at a garage sale just a couple weeks ago. I got it for 10 bucks. Actually worked out pretty nice. While I have, my car was completely decorated on the windows from, my wife is a teacher, and when school was let out last year, they did a little parade down the street. So I had all kinds of stuff written on the windows in some kind of paint. It was like, "We missed you, we love you." But I couldn't get the paint off. I'd scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. I couldn't get it. So while I was shopping, the guy who was running the sale went out and he cleaned my windows off for me. So bonus on that, saved me a lot of time and effort and money to get that off. And I found some really great stuff. So I got this smoker here, and this sucker was heavy. This was like 27 pounds all packed. I spent $10 on it, and it sold rather quickly for $95 plus shipping. So cast iron stuff, especially if it's got a good name brand, and this isn't even the best, but it was a nice piece and there's not a lot out there. Definitely keep your eye out for that. I also got a cast iron, like a camping pot, but I'm gonna keep that for ourselves because I do Cub Scouts, my wife does Girl Scouts, and we do a lot of camping. I got a couple already with the pack and the troop and stuff like that, but I want one of my own to have. This is a nice big 14-gallon one. Again, I spent 10 bucks on that, so if I ever decide I want to sell it, I know I'll get some good money out of it. All right, next up, in my last video, if you watched that one, you saw I picked up a whole bunch of PSP games. I'm still waiting on the charger to arrive, but this is the first game out of that lot to sell. This is Burnout Legends, and it sold for $7.50 plus shipping. Next thing I got up here is two of these stamp hinges. I picked up a ton of these in a big lot of train and coin and music stuff that I got. If you've been watching this channel, you've seen me move out a ton of these guys. I sold two of these. They sell for $19.95 a piece plus shipping. So that total is $39.90 plus shipping. Next thing I got up here is this Ocean Potion Lotion. Try to say that 5 times fast. I picked this up for 98 cents at the thrift store. Not super big money on this. It did sell rather quickly for $14 with free shipping. I was able to send this out in a padded flat rate envelope, and I did the same thing I do with my die-cast cars where I put it in a smaller box first and then stuffed it in there, so it went out for $7.52. Actually, what I did with this one, I put this in a box, I stuffed it into a padded flat rate envelope, and then I stuffed that into a regular flat rate envelope because a padded flat rate squished down a little nicely, fits right into there, and it shipped out for $6.93. Sold this Travel Cup protein mixer. I'm selling these on consignment for someone that I found on OfferUp a long time ago, or the Nextdoor app, I'm not sure, but it was when everything was shut down. I've been selling a fair amount of her stuff. This is the first thing to go out in a while, and it sold for $10. Free shipping, and it is able to go out first class in just a bubble mailer. It's just a plastic cup, not really going to get any damage to that, so it costs about $4 to ship out. Next thing I got is this Under Armour hat. This is brand new with the tags. Picked it up at the thrift store, probably $2 to $3 into it. And it finally sold for $17.99 plus shipping. Next thing I got up here is one of these Coin Guard albums. I've got hundreds of these things, not particularly this one. This one I don't have very many of. I only have 3 or 4, and this one went out. These are not big money. They sell for $3.50, all of them, all in, but they're able to hold all these different, coins. These are Washington quarters from 46 to 59. So again, this is not a big money maker, but with the number I have, once these all sell, I will make a couple $1,000s off the lot. And in my last video, when I showed you some of this other stuff that I still haven't put away yet, I had a Onkyo remote. This thing I got at the Goodwill bins. Couldn't have spent more than, 50 cents on or whatever, and it sold rather quickly for $19.99 with free shipping, and I was able to send that out in a bubble mailer. At the thrift store where I picked up the moisturizer, I also got this KitchenAid knife set. I wanted this really probably just for the block, but it did come with almost a full set of knives. I think it was only missing 2. There was a nice sold comp on this for $55. Didn't really see any others out there. I put it up for the same. Somebody had sent me a message and asked if I would take $35. I did not have best offer set, but I did go ahead and accept that. So I sent them an offer. So it was $35 plus shipping. And again, I spent $4.98 on it. Could I have set it out and waited and possibly gotten that extra $20? I probably could have. It may have taken a year. It may have taken another day. Not quite sure, but I wanted to get it moving. Gives me more money to, reinvest. Been doing a lot of books lately. Books I like because they're easy to ship, they're easy to source, and they're easy to list, which is like a trifecta. Media mail, they go out cheap. They usually can go out in a bubble mailer or a box if it's something that's a little bit nicer. With this one out for $18.99. This was a marine diesel engines book. It was in excellent condition. So I went ahead and I bubble wrapped this. I sandwiched it with some cardboard, and then I stuffed it into a bubble mailer. Being that it's still under 2 pounds, it goes out for $3.33, and I have about $2.50 into it. And then the last thing I got here, I just picked this up today at the thrift store on the way home from work. It's an Apple iPod charger. I think this cord was compatible up through the iPhone 4. So it's one of the fatter ones there. This was still new in the box. May have been used, may not. It still had some plastic over the plug. I listed it as pre-owned and open box. I listed it for $29.99 plus shipping, and it sold within about 10 minutes, and I have $1.50 into it. Super lightweight, was able to go out in a bubble mailer first class. So this question here comes from Jeff. Jeff is a longtime viewer on the channel, and he said, nice sales. Maybe you can share your returns or maybe some return scams you may have encountered. Thanks, Jeff, for the question there. If you're a newer eBayer, you're going to get a lot of issues with scams. Until you get that feedback level built up, there's people that are always going to try to scam you. And there's also people that are always going to try to take advantage of you. Even after you've been at this for a while, they just get a little bit more creative. I think I talked about this one a while back in my videos, but I'm not sure I'll share this again. This thing here, this goes back to my consignment store days back when I lived in Cleveland. And this was a night vision goggle set. It was like a toy. It was new in the box. Somebody bought it from me and then later claimed that they never received it. Now I sold this for $100, which was a really nice sale. We split. I took 60, they got 40 is how we split it when I had my consignment store. So I got a nice chunk of money on this. The person said that they never received it. It showed delivered, but they said they didn't get it. There was no insurance or anything on it, no sign thing. But I did a little research on it because it said it was delivered, and I found this same person had this username for their Amazon store as well as eBay, and guess what they were selling on Amazon? My exact item, new in the box, and they were selling it for more than they paid me, which is fine. If you want to buy something from me and flip it for money, great. I get stuff from drop shippers all the time. Then they buy bigger stuff like electronics and kitchen stuff where they ask for no packing slips and things like that, or can you ship to this address instead of mine? Most of the time that is somebody who's drop shipping and buying it for somebody else. Great. It's awesome. That's exactly what I do. I go to thrift stores and garage sales and buy their stuff and I sell it for more money. So I'm going to welcome that. So I contacted eBay and I told them what was going on. They investigated it and they overturned it. So I didn't have to worry about that. I got to keep my money. Some other ones you got. This is not really a scam. Okay. This is more or less trying to get you to devalue your items. So it's still sitting here. In my last video, I showed you this Lord of the Rings book that I got. Now I bought this for $6.98. Sold comps on this range anywhere from $125 to $350. There's currently 4 available on eBay, maybe 5. Mine is the best condition of all. There's one that may be similar condition of mine, but it has one picture. It has a picture like this, and that's all you can see on it. This thing is immaculate. You can see this thing here. I don't know if I showed it real up close, but it's a beautiful copy of a very collectible book. So what these scammers will try to do is send you a message talking about how you're charging way too much for it. I can find it cheaper elsewhere. And you know what? If you can find it cheaper elsewhere, why are you contacting me? Why don't you just buy it? If you really want my copy, you're going to have to pay what I'm asking for it or make me a fair offer. So I sometimes I reply to these, sometimes I don't. But this guy particularly said that there was plenty that sold on Mercari for under 100. There's a ton on OfferUp. There's a ton on eBay. So I responded. I said, currently there are 4 on eBay. Mine is the best condition of all of them. I can't speak to OfferUp because I very rarely use that app and I don't look at it seriously for resale. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that do. If you guys use OfferUp, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what your experience with it is. And the other thing I said to him was that Mercari had 1 and they had no active listings. So if I have an item that's super collectible, that there's only 4 or 5 out there in the active market on the places I've looked, because there is 0 on Facebook Marketplace. There is, like I said, 4 or 5 on eBay, one of which doesn't even have pictures. And then there's none on Mercari. So those are kind of some of your big reseller markets. And I said, I may not get full asking price, but if it sells for under $100, I'll probably just keep it. I have a copy of The Lord of the Rings. It's old, it's fallen apart, it's junky. I couldn't sell it for $1 probably. I probably could still sell it for 10 bucks, but you see my point. It's not worth much. So they use that to try to get you to question what you have. So hopefully you'll make an offer to them. It's like, oh, okay, well, you want it for 80 bucks? And then they're going to snatch it up for you, and then either they're going to have a great deal themselves, or they're going to turn around and resell it for $200. So again, with this book, like I said, I don't really expect to get $350 out of it. That's what I have it listed at. There's one other one that's listed at $300, and then the next lowest one is $200, and then the next lowest one I think is $99 with no pictures, and then there's one with $75 starting at an auction. My competition is slim. Somebody buys that $300 and that $200 book, I'm now the only one on the market. So I'm going to stick with that. So if you've priced your item fair, you've done your research, stick to your guns as long as you know what you have. A lot of other scams that are out there are, especially with electronics, is the old switcheroo. So if you're taking pictures of VCRs, game systems, stuff like that, make sure you get a nice close-up shot of the model number, the serial number, all that stuff, because it does happen where people will claim it doesn't work, they'll send it back to you, and it's not the right item. So no return, no refund. That is my policy, unless you send me some really good pictures and I can see that something bad happened there. I have accepted a couple returns from stuff like that. All right, so on to returns. I haven't, so like I said, I haven't had any return scams, but I have had some returns lately. A couple things that didn't go great. One thing to keep an eye out for, I'm still waiting these to come back, is shipping FedEx. I sold 4 calendars of my Redskins calendars out for like $173. Or no, $137 went out to this buyer in California, and he wanted a good deal on shipping. I'm like, of course, I'll price it out. So I looked, boom, bang, I got it out for like $8.75 on FedEx, which is awesome, shipping all the way to Cali for like a 4-pound rate, and I sent him out. Then after he saw the tracking, he goes, oh, will FedEx ship to a P.O. box? I'd never encountered that before. I've been using FedEx a lot lately, but I don't typically pay close attention to the address. So I sent a FedEx package to something that's only deliverable for the United States Postal Service. So they won't deliver it. According to the buyer, he called and was told that I had to give them permission to let him pick it up. I called FedEx. They said I could not give permission for him to pick it up because I'm not the actual agent of sale, even though it was my item. I bought it, I shipped it, and everything like that. It's eBay. So I got a hold of eBay. eBay said they're not going to do anything about it. So the option was wait for the item to be returned to seller. So the guy was going to be patient. He was going to wait. All good. Items getting returned to me. It goes from California, comes back to Chesapeake, and then Chesapeake slaps a new label on it and ships it back to California. So the guy looks at the tracking, says, hey, just go ahead and cancel this. So it's a bummer. I lost out on a $137 sale, but the good news is eventually these things will make it back to me. I'll turn around and I will resell them for exactly what I sold the first time. The odd thing about it is the guy said, hey, I want to buy them again when they come in. So I don't know why he asked for his money back in the first place, but there's not going to be any deals or anything on that, especially if I have already refunded his money and he buys them again. There's no return money for hassle, so hopefully he doesn't ask. And then I have another big package out there that's stuck in limbo right now. If you saw my video a while back, it was a set of box cassette tapes for classical music. I got these for $10. I sold them for $100. It was a 57-pound medium mail package. Looking back on it, I probably should have split it up into 2 boxes, but it got lost. I sent out an inquiry. The buyer says, hey, I bought this thing and it was a birthday present. I don't really want it anymore. And I said, well, I'm not refunding your money while it's en route. It doesn't happen. So I said, let me put an inquiry on it. If it's lost, I'll refund your money. So I put an inquiry in. They found it. Hasn't moved since September 12th, which is a bit frustrating. I'm going to be sending out another inquiry on it, and if it's really lost, I'll refund him. But that is another potential scam you may have in there, is that I don't think this guy set out to scam me, but he's trying to get a refund from me and then still get it, potentially keep the package once it arrives, because he's not going to send it back to me on his own dime. So, no package, no refund. I may refund this guy's money down the road and that thing may end up at his house in 6 months. There's not really much I can do about it, but he told me he still wants it. So when I said they found it, I said, hey, 2 options on here: return to sender or ship to the recipient is what it gives you when they locate the package. Before I submitted the inquiry, I said, what do you want me to do? And he said, well, I still want the item. So as far as I'm concerned, until that item's officially deemed lost, he still wants the item, no refund. eBay's put the return request on hold. So let me know if you guys have had any issues with scammers or anything lately. You know, if you're a newer seller, you probably got all kinds of horror stories. Go ahead and drop them in the comments and we can talk about those in an upcoming video. Until then, please remember, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and drop me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.